Good evening, everyone, and welcome once again back to another fantastic race from GAVRA Racing. And joining me in the commentary box this week, so it's just not me torturing your eardrums, we have Bowie back once again. Bowie, how are you doing tonight?
Hello. Yeah, internet's working fine now, so that's good. Good to be back, and really looking forward to this. I missed it last week, which was unfortunate. So I hope to see some good battles on track now this time.
I believe we will. We should see some really good battles out of everybody, I believe. And this is a really fast track.
Yeah, that is true. It's a very fast track, especially the high downforce fast turns are going to be very difficult, I think. And coming out of the slow turns is going to be quite difficult with these cars with so much power to get out of, I think.
I agree, and especially if everybody, you look up in the top right-hand corner, the track temperatures up there are correct. So we've got 114 degree Fahrenheit track or 45 degrees Celsius. I mean, either way, Bowie, that's damn hot.
Yes, it is. It's a very hot track. I mean, of course it is in Italy. It's always quite hot in there, but especially now in the summertime around there, springtime, it's only getting hotter there. So I'm really expecting quite some tire degradation.
I believe we will, definitely will. Well, yeah, let me go ahead, y'all, and I will real quick go over this map and last week's winners, and we'll get this off the screen so y'all can actually see what some of the drivers are doing during the practice. As me and Bowie already said, we are here at Imola, which is 4.9 kilometers or 3.5 miles long, 17 turns, and as Bowie turned out, it's a fantastic mix of high-speed turns and some really good short stop turns, and the usual 10-minute practice, 10-minute qualifying, and approximately 80 minutes, but it will end up being 56 laps. And because I have that set wrong, there we go. Now my slideshow's working. Last week's winner was Alochamps in first, Faster in second, Snaker in third, and for Rapuna Park, which was last week still, y'all decided to give K-Morse driver of the day, which he really did deserve it. He had a great race last week. Yeah, and I just totally forgot that I'm the guy in charge of the camera. Bowie, I have to apologize. I was like, Bowie is really liking ID4 right now for some reason. But no, that is all me.
Yeah, it's you this time. We switched it around in case my internet goes really bad again. That you do keep the controls of the cameras. So hopefully it won't happen. But the clean version of this race is going to be on my YouTube channel about week. But there's no commentary for it. So if you guys want to see the clean version without all the buttons on the screen, you can always go to my channel and watch it there. But like I said, there's no commentary.
But, oh yeah, and, well, I guess they got 4 minutes left, so I'm going to have to do this really fast here, y'all. And Bowie, I'm going to real quick try to get through their actual standings. There we go. Yep, Alachamps is taking the lead with 162 points. He hasn't completely ran off with his championship yet, Bowie, but he's working on it really hard. Yeah, Faster is in second. He has 124 points, so that is a decent little gap for Alachamps already. And we have Flip with 106, Hodgker with 96, Agulator with 92, ESR Chef with 91, Interceptor with 63, Red 15 with 66, K-Morse with 70, Dr. Fiend with 54, Mike HLB with 39, Manic UK with 32, Snaker with 53. Obviously, once again, my slideshow keeps getting in a slightly odd order. Guri 69 has 25. ID4 32, and Solo Solita 10, and yeah, that rounds up the bottom of the field. Well, Bowie, what are your predictions for this race? Oh, wait a minute. Can't really quite hear you there, Bowie. I don't know if you can hear me or not. I can see you talking on the screen, but yeah, I'm getting just a little bit of distortion, if anything at all, from your mic at the moment.
So you can't hear me at all?
Oh, now I can hear you. Oh, so you just weren't talking to me?
I was.
Oh. Well, no.
When the distortion happened, I was talking to you.
Oh, okay. No, I couldn't hear you for a second there, and then, yeah, as soon as you said, what do you mean you can't hear me?
Oh, well, that's good.
Yeah.
Solid. No, but I was saying that I think Dr. Fiend is going to be up there. He's not there yet. He's only 3.5 seconds off pace in P11. But I also think that Flip can do better than he's doing right now. So I think Alachamps and ESR Chef, together with Red, are going to be in the top 5 at least. So I think we're going to have quite a big battle for the top 5 this time.
I believe so, because, yeah, like I said, Alachamps has got himself a little bit of a lead, but most of the other drivers are really tight as far as their championship points go. So, and we're right here in the middle of the season, so they could really move up or down. I'm sure a lot of the drivers down at the bottom want to go for try to make some big moves tonight to really get themselves up in points for the second half of the season.
I mean, if you look at the timings right now, Flip in 7th, 2 seconds off, and then Snaker in 10th, 2.2 seconds off. So the timings are still very close to each other. This is only practice, of course. Qualifying is going to be on the way in a few moments. But the timings look very close for now. It's insane.
Yeah, it really is. Wow, they really have stacked themselves up. It's only... Is that barely 3 seconds separating the entire grid right now?
3.5, yeah.
Wow, yeah, we're really going to have a tight race then.
Given the fact that this track is also so big, I mean, it's quite a big track. 3.5 seconds is not that much.
No, I think the only place I see them really slowing down is going to be that one uphill chicane. For me, that's the one that always throws me the worst on this track, and I could see it seems to be the only real bottleneck on here. Everywhere else, they can, like you said, it's so wide, they could definitely do 2 or 3 wide through most of these turns.
Yeah. Especially the chicane is going to be whoever decides to brake last. Whoever dives up the inside of the other one has the biggest balls in the chicane. For the rest, it's only a few spots where we can triangle on the inside in turn 1, for instance, and the hairpin at the back before you go back inside of the circuit, sector 2. There's only good 2 spots that I know for overtaking, and of course the chicane. So there's not many overtaking points unless you have really big balls, not gonna lie. So I'll be interested to see how these guys fare up against each other.
It is definitely going to be interesting. And Bowie, since all the drivers are pretty much in the pit and the clock's counting down, and I am so slow. Wow, I did not see that coming. I figured. I guess I'd put the team points up real quick to go over with everybody while they're in the. Everybody's back to the lobby and getting ready to launch out for qualifying.
Yeah.
Yeah, if y'all can't tell, you're watching and you can't tell. Yes, I am very confused on working the camera.
We didn't notice yet. Fine.
Yeah, if they haven't noticed yet, I really don't see how they haven't noticed. But anyway, yeah, in the lead in team points is Tuned Beetle with 268 points. Caro Coolio is second with 200. Tuned Beetle has 268 points. Caro Coolio in second has 216. The Disconnection Kings are in third with 157. LGR Motorsport is fourth with 128. Super Racing Elite is fifth with 123. Speed of Light is sixth with 117. M&M Racing is seventh with 71. And Fumigazi Racing is in eighth with 35 points. And yep, we definitely have drivers out on the track.
Yeah, qualifying has indeed started just now, but not really any times yet. I did see that in the end of free practice, Edo Champs put in a very fast lap time. It was 1.1 seconds faster than the guy in second position. So they did put in quite a fast lap time in the end. Now I have a view of the map and the speedometer. So let's go.
Yep, I will. You know how it goes. If we don't go ahead and put them up now, it won't be very long before Joe or Razy asks for them. I have to admit, I do like seeing the speedometer so I can see just how fast some of the drivers are going through some of these turns.
Yeah, that is true.
It looks like Snaker might have been one of the last drivers out on track.
There's one guy really late out on track right now, so it's looking very good. I think the guys who are together might just have the gap big enough to get a little bit of a tow with the slipstream, but not enough to get in front of each other to get stuck behind another. I do think Aguilera is going to be quite close against this guy in front of him, so that's going to be interesting to see. Unless he, oh, that's good. He moves aside. Aguilera has quite the room now. And who's behind him, he's going to use that toe on the straight as much as he can. So he can put in a decent lap time this time around.
Yeah, I think staying in each other's slipstream is going to have a big impact on this race. Because I know even in the Bentley when I went around through here, it was really tough to stay. Once I got out of somebody's slipstream, that was pretty much it. Started having a really hard time keeping up.
Especially the Bentley, you need the slipstream. Once it has a slipstream, it's incredibly fast.
And Darren Johnson, good to see you in the chat, saying good luck to all the drivers. Yeah, I think it's Well, some of them won't need it. Alichamps, he just kind of creates luck as he goes around the track. But we're gonna end up being in for a really good race tonight.
I think so too. Yeah.
Still, no one set a time yet.
Snake had just started his lap time, so the first few guys who are coming across the finish line now should have their lap times in, I think.
Yep, there we go.
Yeah. There we go, Mike, first lap times now.
1:35, and Red immediately beat him with the one. Yeah, they're really rolling on now. I think we'll go with Alichamps since he is the champion so far in the series and last week's winner. I think his lap time should be fairly representable for what we'll see tonight. I think.
Oh yeah, I think we'll even go a little bit faster in this qualifying just now. But for now, it's very decent. I mean, 1.1 second faster than Hiker in second. It's really good. He was already 2/10 faster in the first sector, so keep an eye on Alichamps this time around, as he probably does set down a little bit faster lap time this time around.
Oh yeah, I definitely think he's going to end up a little bit faster there.
He's on the edge of the curbs everywhere he goes, almost sliding through the turns at some points. Very good driving by Alichamps. Trying to minimize that huge sausage curb on the inside there. If you touch that, your car will pretty much just flip over. Still 2/10 faster, so he might even drop into the 33s.
Yeah, I have to say,
flat right now, but he's looking very solid now.
Yeah, he's being really quick around the track. Yeah, I was gonna say I hit that curb you were talking about several times with the Bentley, and even the big heavy Bentley, it will flip right on over.
Ah, there we go.
Oh, yeah, yep.
Top 3 within 1.5 tenths of each other. Top 4 within 2 tenths. No. Oh no, wait, never mind. 84 is still the second behind. Thought ID4 was almost 2 tenths behind him as well, but there's a little bit more difference between ID4 and the rest of the field. Like is very, very close.
Yeah, we're seeing some really small differences in times, like you said.
Alichamps again, 2 tenths faster in the first sector. He's really giving it all lap after lap. On the edge there of the curve. Trying to go downhill now. See how fast he goes through here. One gear down and then break it down as fast as you can. Try not too much speed, because you go a little bit 4 wheels on that curb, you will invalidate your lap time. Imagine that curb again. Very clean exit. Into a very interesting corner this is, because you need to brake as soon as you get out of the turn. If you are a little bit unstable through that fast right-hander, you're going to have a very bad time on the brake.
Yes, I definitely agree with you on that, Bowie. I had a lot of trouble coming into that turn. It is very, very tricky. Like you said, you come around that, excuse me, that fast right-hander, and you're going to have a bad time. Oh, a 133.16. Very nice.
But faster, only 15 thousandths of a second behind. That is insane.
Oh, Darren, I think we're going to end up seeing some fantastic battles out here on track tonight.
Oh yeah, definitely, yeah. And for now it looks like the top 3, maybe top 4 are going to have quite some battles. And for the rest it's just midfield. Like, there's too many people in there, but just midfield.
Yeah, like right now, I'll just move the camera down to ID4. He's running he had just improved into the 134.9, and I believe it was, Marcos put himself right in front of him with the 134.64, but like you said, the entire midfield here, we've got, I'd say from Marcos down to, well, pretty much from all the way down, pretty much is within 2 seconds to each other, and only, so Yeah, basically, once again, here, even in qualifying, we have barely a 3-second spread on the entire grid.
Apart from our chef, who was somehow still 10.5 seconds behind.
Huh. Now that is puzzling.
Probably must have lost control somewhere and just went wide. Doesn't look like he has any damage on this car, so he probably must have gone wide somewhere.
Well, I did see in the chat, I remember he said he was having some trouble with his internet, so hopefully that isn't what's giving him some issues. Yeah. I was gonna save it for later on in the race, but I guess we can go ahead and touch on the topic now just a little bit. Tires, hards or softs with this type of with the high track temperatures and just the nature of these cars. What do you think we're gonna see the drivers going with tonight, Bowie?
I'd personally go with the hards probably, and see how long I can stretch them. I mean, if they could go the entire race, that would be awesome. And if I can't, just try and do a one-stop and try and push as long as I can. For instance, to go into like 2/3, maybe 3/4 into the race, and then switch the stops to the end. If that works.
Now that might. Yeah, well, and as the race goes on, because we have the GAVRA races run on the 2x time progression, the track should be much cooler towards the end of the race. That's a very good call, Bowie. I have to admit, I would not have thought about that at all.
It can be useful sometimes. It doesn't have much, but it can.
Don't worry, I know the feeling.
Someone went off there. The yellow car went off there. It's gone now, but...
Who was it? It may have been ID4, I believe. Him and Hodgker. Hodgker's also in, and Interceptor, I think, is also in a yellow car. But it looks like qualifying is pretty much done. We've got a few at the bottom. Did he set his... Did Chef get a better time?
It was red, I think. It was red in the yellow car.
Oh. Yeah, Chef managed to get in a pretty good time. Managed to set in a 134.79, so he definitely just... I guess was just having a little bit of a hard time getting his tires warmed up there.
Yeah, he just went back into the pit lane, so he didn't improve, unfortunately, once again. But he did get back into the top 10, so a very good qualifying for him. Which means that the entire field of 14 cars is now in between 2 seconds and 3/10. That is quite fast. I think that's pretty much the closest we've seen this season, I think.
I believe it is. Well, I guess, Bowie, since I've got the camera control here, we will start with Faster in first, Allochamps in second, Red will start in third, Dr. Fiend in fourth, Marcos in 5th, Agulator 6th, Flip Flip 7th, K-Morse 8th, ESR Chef in 9th, ID4 10th, Hodgker 11th, Mike HLB in 12th, Manic UK in 13th, Snaker is 14th, and yep, that does round out the field.
And 2 random people in the commentary box.
Oh, yeah, and just, yeah, the two random people in the commentary box, but...
Yep.
Too bad it doesn't show us up there.
It would be quite fun, just showing that there are some commentators in there.
Well, Bowie, I have to say, this is going to be a hell of a start to try to keep up with.
This is going to be mental. Especially because the straight starts really wide from here, from the grid until turn 1. It keeps getting narrower and narrower. And up until turn 3, when you get out of those fast chicanes, turn 2, 1, 2, 3, it gets a little bit wider again, but it stays very tight. So it'll be interesting to see how wide they're going to be willing to go into turn 1. If they're going to try and go easy and try and not touch anybody, or if they're going to go big balls and just go on the inside and try and get everything they can.
Yeah, I agree. I can really see them going into turn 1, maybe 4, even possibly trying to squeeze 5 wide down through there. Because as we can see in the camera shot right there, this is like you pointed out earlier, a very wide track, especially right here at this section. And you know, I can't say I blame the drivers for taking their full 2 minutes to get ready here.
Oh no, definitely not. To be fair, I'm still eating my dinner, so I've got some time to work that out in the meantime as well. Just eating some French fries in the meantime that they're on the grid. It's working out fine, I can tell you that.
Yeah, it looks like our camera guy likes to get close to the cars and then he wants to back away.
Yeah,
So what it is he heard you talking about French fries, and he's trying to get back there to where you are and trying to get your fries.
Oh, here we go. Yep, we're sinking. Here we go. Green lights. And lights are out. Here we go. Started the Ferrari race on Imola. 56 laps, ladies and gentlemen. Very good start. Very clean. Everybody got away. Going into turn 1 right now. Still going side by side for a few people there. Insert ties and have a look on the inside of Chance, but stays behind. Very clean so far. Nobody dropped out as far as I can see. There's some people running wide there. That's not good. Keep it straight. Keep it straight. Everybody's still going strong. Nobody spun out yet. Nobody crashed. Looking very solid there. In the meantime, there's some battles going on. Oh, still somebody running wide there. It might have been Mike or Manic. Went a little bit through the gravel there, but still going straight on. Still going fine. Still nobody crashed yet. This is quite interesting to see for lap 1, to be honest. For any lap 1 race.
Oh yeah, no, the drivers are being absolutely incredible through here. Like I said, almost halfway through lap 1, and we can see on the map and in the standings, the entire grid is still right on top of each other. No one giving literally an inch. Champs has managed to get himself out good for the lead, though.
Fiend and Egulator right behind each other. There they are, still side by side, coming into the final 2 turns. I think Egulator just got in front of Dr. Fiend there, but...
Oh no, they're still side by side. Oh, through all the way through?
That's Marcus.
Oh!
Egulator just got 2 people past. He got passed by 2 people there in those 3rd turns. That's a shame.
Yeah. Well,
yes, it's true now.
Darren Johnson, you said you hope we would get to see some good battles out here on track, and there are definitely some great battles going on all over this track.
Oh yeah.
Ooh. Oh, was that?
I think that's Marcus.
Was it? I believe it was.
Flying Dutchman into the gravel trap there. Spun it around in turn 2. Probably a little bit too early on the power or a little bit too much curb. Spun it around. Oh, and there still goes someone again.
Oh, and I was just fixing to say, it's really hard for us to keep up with this entire group of yellow cars all on top of each other, but...
It's the other Flying Dutchman, Mike. All the way at the back of the grid now, 25 seconds behind the leader. Terrible start for the Dutchman. 14th now at the moment. In the meantime, still some small battles going on in the field. Hello Champs, in the meantime, 2.5 seconds going faster.
Yeah, but it looks like he's got red really all on top of him there within the 1 second range. So Hello Champs has got a good bit of pressure on him as... Oh, K-Morse just...
around.
It looked like he just took too much of that inside curb right there.
Yep. And
it just... Like you said earlier, Bowie, those curbs right there will launch your car.
Oh, definitely. In the meantime, I'm going to look back at the stream to see what the replay was. Well, fortunate enough, the stream is a little bit later as we are seeing it right now. And he actually spun it before he turned in. Well, he might have locked his brakes or a little bit too fast down the gears, where his rear wheels just locked up. Got it sideways, and they got on the big sausage curbs and spun it around furthermore.
Oh. Well, then the way he did manage to hold on to his car then was actually really good then.
Yeah. He went straight sideways towards the guy that was in front of him, but it looked very good for now.
Looks like we've got Marcos trying to close up on ID4, but ID4's really got the pressure on Hodgker at the moment. And also up further up the field, we've got ESR Chef right on top of Dr. Fiend. Dr. Fiend's trying to get in the position to put on the pressure on Flip Flip. And of course, Red and Alochamps, that could be an ongoing battle, Bowie. We could see the leaders battle it out for the entire race, I think.
Yeah, I think Faster is... He is very fast, but I think he's a little bit slower than Alochamps. And if Alochamps and Red can work together to try and get back up to Faster, they very much have a chance of getting past him, and you can battle with 3 of them for the win of the victory.
Well, and we've also seen in the past 7 rounds of this, we've seen a big mix of... Oh, ID4 got just a little too much on that curb there.
Yeah. A little bit too early on the throttle and too much curb. That is just a recipe for disaster.
Yeah, but it did let K-Morse come on by while he had spun it out. Very unfortunate for ID4, but good for K-Morse. And let's see, Hodgker's in and out of Mannequin K's 1 second mark. We may see a battle from them sometime soon. Check out Dr. Fiend and Chef.
I think the Chef are still less than 5 tenths behind each other, so... Oh, just up ahead. 2 people going side by side there.
Oh, is that... I believe that's Agulator and Flip Flip?
Yes, it is. I just saw Flip Flip side by side coming out of the hairpin there. And Flip Flip now back up to 4th. Very good start for him in that 4th. Saw them going side by side up the hill towards the fast left-hander. Just ahead. In the meantime, as we see the other 2 drivers also battling there in the background. That's insane. So, yeah, Mr. Johnson, we definitely have some cool battles in the
yeah,
in
we
the
definitely
of
do.
This race.
Yeah.
Looking very solid so far.
And you know, they're really starting to close on up to Alochamps and Red.
Yeah, it looks like Red and Alochamps lost a lot of time because it was only 2.5 seconds not too long ago, and now it's almost 5, so...
Yeah, I think they're really slowing. Let's check in on them. They are our leaders. And I have a feeling Dr. Fiend and ESR are they're gonna slug it out for quite a while. Dr. Fiend's really strong on track, and so is Chef.
Yeah.
Yeah, it looks like Alochamps just really has Red on the defense right now. I mean, he doesn't have him on the ropes by any means, but he definitely has him staying on the defense.
And Red is pretty on the tip of his toes right now, just trying to keep Alochamps behind. I mean, Red was looking very fast in the qualifying, but Alochamps look even fast. So it looks like Alochamps and Faster actually have quite some decent qualifying laps setups, but it looks like Red does have a very good racing setup. So seeing that the time is also dropping just 10th by 10th slowly towards the leader Faster, we're going to have quite a battle for the lead once again in this race towards the end.
I believe so, and you know, I want to say Alochamps may be one of the drivers that we've seen take only 1 pit stop throughout the race.
Yes.
Which has definitely played to his advantage. I test drove these cars just a little bit to see what the drivers were having to go through, and I have to admit, I absolutely murdered my tires. And,
oh yeah.
There's no way I could make it through 56 laps on just 2 sets of tires. I mean, my tires were just destroyed after a few laps.
I mean, there's also a good chance of just spinning too much that your tires do degrade a little bit. If you don't spin as much as you do, that your tires are probably a little bit better.
Yeah, no, they're not spinning out nowhere near as much as I was spinning out. Oh, we've got some action heating up in the back of the field again here, Bowie. Who have we got here? We've got Marcos, Hodgker, Manic, and K-Morse trying to close in on them too.
Yeah, there's quite some battles going on. I mean, only a full second between Marcos and Hiker, so these guys are just battling the entire time around. I don't know, it's just insane. I mean, Claymores and Snaker are also less than a second.
That's what I was just seeing. They are right on top of each other.
Marcus giving it all he can.
Oh! Who was that?
Regulator.
Was that Regulator? Oh, no.
Now Regulator's all up to Manic. Manic is now right behind Regulator, as Heike takes a lot of sausage curve there on the inside. Costs him a little bit of time towards Marcus, but he's still behind. Not too much difference between the two guys just yet. In the meantime, Manic is gonna have a big shot on the straight with the slipstream that he has to try and get past Regulator into turn 1.
Yeah, Regulator did a great job of holding on to his car when he got off track right there and went a little bit wide, but once he got back out on track, he was immediately having to try to defend that position, which really put him in kind of the hot seat. And, yeah, and there we go right there. Manic just managed to get the move done on him.
Very good overtake, actually, by Manic. It looked very clean, very good overtake. Wow.
Yeah, I think this is definitely a track where you're not gonna just, bam, you made an overtake. You really need to take the time, line up the shot, and get yourself in just the right position and literally take a lap or two to be able to pull off a successful overtake.
Oh yeah, definitely. Especially, like you said, on this track, that is one of the tracks where you need to watch out what you're doing. I mean, you could try and go up the inside on this right-hander that Manic just went through, but that's just a 100% guarantee that you either crash or spin. And the same for this chicane. You can go up the inside, but there's a 100% chance that you're going to stay side by side and miss it. As Regulator goes around again, losing a few more spots again, dropping down to 12th now. Probably going to drop down to 13th even. Stays just in front, I think, of ID4. No, he doesn't. ID4 even gets in front of Regulator now. So Regulator dropped all the way down to pretty much last this time.
Oh no.
Mike is now a full lap behind, which is very unfortunate. He had a crash or something, or just fuel or tires. Don't know what happened to Mike, but he did have a pit stop, it seemed like. So, oh yeah, there's definitely some damage on the car.
Yeah, I was gonna say it looks like he's still carrying a good bit of front end damage, and we've seen what happens to these cars once they get a little bit of damage to that aero kit. It's not only really hard to drive, it has a huge impact on the kind of speed they can carry through the turns.
Oh yeah, definitely. And in the meantime, I think we have a battle going on for 10th between Snaker and Claymores. I'm not wrong. Oh, Claymores is off.
Oh yeah, no, Claymores made a mistake there. I did not get to see it, but looked like he had made a little bit of a mistake. Oh, but looks like, here we go. We've got Flip trying to close in on Dr. Fiend.
Flip dropped down. He had a mistake as well. Flip was in 4th.
And ESR Chef managed to get himself about a 3-second gap to Dr. Fiend, apparently, when all this was going on as well. So Chef can sit a little bit more comfortable where he is, but he is definitely not out of it yet. He's going to have to keep pushing.
Yeah. I mean, Flip was definitely up into 4th. I mean, I know he passed ESR Chef at some point going up the hill. That's why I said it. So two guys in the distance going up the hill side by side. And now he's dropped down to 6th again, so he also had a small mistake somewhere.
And yes, Snaker's back here trying to close in on Manic.
Snaker in the slipstream now. A little bit too far behind to try and have a lunge up the inside in turn 1. Definitely gets himself a little bit better position to try and do it somewhere else around the track or next lap. In the meantime, he's gonna have to settle it down right now. For nothing less but a 10, which is still very good.
Yeah, but did you just see how fast ID4 just closed in on Snaker there? As Manic made a mistake. Was that Manic that made a mistake? Yeah. Ooh. Definitely, what are we at? Lap 9 of the
9 or
56.
something. Yeah.
I would
May also
think it's
just point
too
out that
early
it-
for the tires to start falling off the cliff just yet, but I don't know, Bowie. What do you think? If they're really pushing the soft tires really hard, which we know they're pushing the cars really hard, but we just don't know what compound they're running. I don't know. At those kind of speeds, you think they may have they have their tires basically just overheated?
Oh. I mean, if you could
That
do
was
18
definitely a
laps-
sausage curb jump.
Yeah. If you can do about 18 laps on the softs, it should still be fine. But given the fact that these guys are already spinning out, I don't know. I mean, same with Champs. I mean, Champs now still has a gap of 7 seconds, which it has been for the last 2 laps, I think, in front of him towards faster. Oh! Who was that? It was like the Fiend, I think.
I believe it was, yes.
Oh, someone else went straight there. Ooh. Still people going off into the gravel there. I saw 2 people in the gravel over there. It was Marcus. And Marcus went off there.
Yeah, they've got themselves close enough to just about be in a battle there. It looks like maybe, I don't know, Bowie. Now when we did Algarve in the GT3s, even when I was running the hard compounds on the front of the Bentley, if I really pushed the car hard to get those really good lap times, the front tires just eventually just reached critical temperatures, and they just stayed there. They would get up to about 220 Fahrenheit, and then from there it was the choice of try to keep going, which ultimately just led in the spin out, or to back off and let the tires cool off. And that's why I was wondering if maybe they were starting to suffer some of the same effects on this track with it being as hot as it really is.
The hards are for the Nissan GTR. GT3s are pretty much every track that we go to is a no-go, because it feels like you're driving on wet. The hards just have no good feeling on any track that you drive on, except when you have a really good setup, and even then it's still shady as it can be. I pretty much always run with the softs on every track. I mean, even Long Beach, when we did Long Beach, I didn't even change for tires. The softs were still fine. I did the full GT3 race with just one set of softs.
Yeah, see, that's what I've been doing with the Bentley. Most of the tracks I run the soft compound, but like I said, Manic is getting wide there. I thought we were fixing to see him go for the move on Snaker.
Snaker went a little bit wide there as well, but in the meantime, Manic also went a little bit wide, also a little bit too much speed to return, which means that Snaker is now fast. Marcus is now in front, so there's a lap car in between Snaker and Manic now. Marcus, of course, knows that if Manic is closing up on him, that he does have to move aside. Manic goes wide again, so a little bit of dirt on the tires, a little bit less grip on the tires now, but he still maintains the control. You see that the gap between Champs and Faster at the top is still 7 seconds, so you guys are still matching at each other's lap times, which is very good to see.
I mean, Faster earned, I knew covering him in the Touring Class Championships with Fana that Faster he definitely earned his name and named himself properly. He is extremely fast on track, but I have to admit, Bowie, seeing him with the gap that you just pointed out, now 7.3 seconds over Champs, that's got me blown away. That is, I hate to say it, but I think he has all of a sudden found some incredible pace in this car. I mean, he was already doing good, but he's blowing it away.
Faster's always one of the guys that has been the guy to beat in every championship for the last few times he's been in now. But especially in these cars again, he just puts it up again that he's one of the fast guys that they need to watch out for. So very good to see that he's back on the pace once again. Champs, like I said, not too far behind. I don't know what strategy they're on, of course. It'll be interesting to see if they're going to do a 2-stop or a 1-stop. But I think Red is going to do for the 1-stop. I mean, he's dropping it back about 2 seconds a lap now, so I think he's gonna go for the one stop in his heart.
Yeah, because Darren Johnson was saying, he just commented in the chat a minute ago, was talking about how it looks like a lot of it is going to come down to the pit strategies, which some of it will. We see it play out like that every week, but not all of it. And Bowie, Duke Martin showed up into the chat saying hello to us as well.
Oh well, hello Duke. Good to have you in the chat as well now. Been on the way for about 12 laps of the 56 now. And Faster is still leading the race for 7 seconds, which has it been for the last 10 laps now, I think. 7 seconds.
And I hate to take the camera off of ID4, but Flip is now catching up with Chef. And
yeah,
Bowie, we know this is going to be a great battle right here. If this could drag on for, who knows, as long as we let them race.
Yes. Till the pit stops, then it's going to be crucial.
Yes. That is, definitely when we're going to start seeing some differences, which I guess since some of the drivers, I know some of the drivers watch, and Bowie, me and you can both see how much fuel they have in their car, because we're looking at the screen, and so can the viewers. So I was going to move up here to Chef's, and we can all compare the two fuel levels and what their cars are running, but I wasn't going to say it because, well, of course the drivers could be listening.
Yes, it is true.
Well, that's Chef's, and that is Flip, so
pretty much equal fuel.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think we're really blowing anything for any of the drivers there to just say that their pit stops aren't gonna impact these two too much. Unless they're running some really different tires or something, maybe. This could literally come down to each other's just straight up driving.
I think the pit crew is going to have a crucial spot in this battle as well. If one gets just a 10th better pit stop, then they're going to get ahead of the other. If Flip's pit stop is 2 tenths faster, then he's going to be in front of Chef. But as it looks now, Flip is the fastest driver, so if Flip's going to pit a lap later or a lap earlier, he's going to have clean air and maybe get in front of Chef when he does the pit. That's the same for Chef. I mean, if Chef can get in a few very good laps, he's going to be able to stay in front as well as the pit stop. So, like you said, I think this is going to be a battle that's just going to go on for laps until we let them stop racing.
Yeah. I don't know. That's one of those cases. Where I kind of wish we had a better camera on pit lane so we could see if maybe Chef throws a wrench or something at one of Flip's pit crew members while he's going by or something like that.
Oh, Flip gets past. Flip does get past.
Oh.
Very good cheeky overtake coming out of the chicane.
That really was, because I have to admit, I did not see that coming at all. That pass kind of just came up out of nowhere.
Flip just had a little bit of better exit out of the chicane than Chef did, and he just got past very cleanly. Nothing bad to say about that overtake. Really clean overtake, really well done. Well set up. He saw what Chef was doing. He saw the mistake from Chef coming out of the chicane, and he took it, and that is the position.
Yeah, I have that same trouble with your teammate, Bowie.
In the meantime, we do have to say that somebody has retired from the race.
Oh, we have lost a driver, haven't we?
Yeah. Don't know who it is. Can't figure it out yet. We did lose somebody from this field.
I believe, just something tells me. How you doing, Agulator? Good to see you in the chat.
It's Agulator.
I was going to say, was it Agulator just in the race? He may have suffered a disconnect, or Chef may have thrown a wrench at the wrong pit crew.
Yep.
Those things do happen. It's hard to tell, exactly which pit crew you're aiming to try to weaken somebody's pit crew when you go by.
And he also just said it is him, so it is Egulator that is unfortunately into the pits right now. Since you're in the chat right now, maybe tell us what happened. Something happened, obviously. But...
Oh, he's got mad faces. I'm gonna guess problems with the servers. I'm thinking, which is always very unfortunate. Yeah, no. You were having a really good race there, Agulator, too.
Yeah, he was looking very solid, and he even had a very good battles along the way. Very high up the field even at some point, but very unfortunate to see that he dropped down, unfortunately. Very well done in the meantime, not gonna lie, very good race from the Agulator, but it's a shame it happened this way. In the meantime, look at this battle, 4 cars just going at it. Snaker, Manic, K-Morse and ID4 all between 4 seconds of each other. K-Morse and Manic right behind each other, so this is gonna be a great battle for P10 right now. You see Snaker not too far in front of these guys as well.
Yeah, it's really hard to see on the map, but I believe it is Mike in the back is a lapped car, and he has somehow found himself in a terrible position here, all up in the middle of these other 4 cars, trying to battle it out. You can tell he's trying his best to get out of the way and let them by, and keep a little bit of his own pace going here, but yeah, he's kind of got himself sandwiched in there. I kind of feel for him right there. I've been in that situation many times.
Some car spinning just ahead. That was not good.
Wow, K-Morse is not letting off of Manic UK at the moment. He is keeping the pressure on.
Keep in mind, I think that is Mike that is right behind them. So Mike is just trying to stay behind them, not trying to avoid in any battles that these guys are doing right now. It's good to see as a lap car. In the meantime, K-Mars and Manic right behind each other, still battling it out, trying to get that P10. Manic has it, K-Mars wants it. Snaker also not too far up the field, only 3 seconds in front of these 2 guys. And with that being said, 6 seconds in front of Snaker's hiker. So they're still pretty close to each other, even though we're 17 laps into this race.
Yeah, they really are. And I'm sitting here watching Mike. He's doing a great job and driving really smart right there. He's not, like you said, he's not getting himself involved in this battle, but he's staying just close enough and lined up into K-Morse's slipstream so he can help get that extra little boost for his car to try to help him recover some time throughout the course of the race. That's very smart of him to do.
In the meantime, I did have a look at the standings right now, the timings. And it looks like Elochamps dropped down a lot right now. I mean, the gap was 7 seconds and it's 13 seconds now.
Oh, wow.
Only in the span of 5 laps. So I don't know what happened to Elochamps, but he lost a lot of time there.
You know, maybe Red was just doing that great of a job at defending Elochamps.
To be fair, Elochamps was in 3rd, Red was in 2nd.
Yeah. And look at the gap between those two, 6 seconds that Elochamp has pulled out over Red. So that's why I was saying I think Red just was doing a magnificent job. Oh no! Oh, fantastic really braking from K-Morse and Mike right there behind them also. And all of them. Wow. That could have been so disastrous for so many drivers, Bowie.
That looked like a very interesting spin. I mean, pretty much blocking the race right there for K-Morse and for ID4. Lucky enough, like you said, good reactions and brake just in time to not have a collision. And in the meantime, K-Morse did get past. It was a little bit sideways there coming out of turn 2. And now it is ID4 that is right behind K-Morse once again. So K-Morse is not getting out of the way for any battles right now. K-Morse now into the top 10. Now K-Morse has it and ID4 wants it. So tables have turned for K-Morse. He's now not chasing the guy in P10. He is now leading the guy. This is going to be a quite fun battle to keep an eye on, I think.
Well, it kind of shows the skill level of these drivers too, is the passes aren't coming easy. They're literally having to just park their car right behind their opponent and just try to wait for them to make a mistake over the course of several laps, and then hope that they don't recover in time to keep that position. We're seeing some really tough overtakes and some great overtakes tonight in this race.
In the meantime, it does look like Dr. Fiend and Marcus are also still battling, still pretty close to each other. Just about a few tenths, I think, maybe 3 tenths between Dr. Fiend and Marcus right now. So here we go, actually, the battle for P6 that is. And in the meantime, we are now onto lap 19, which is the point where I would say the first few guys of the two-stoppers might start hitting soon.
I agree with you on that, Bowie. I was starting to think about the same thing. I'm very curious to see when Allo Champs comes in for his pit. We never did take a look at what kind of fuel level he was running, but we can see right now with, well, never mind, we kind of already discussed it.
Well, looking at Marcus's fuel level, it's only 5.6. He's definitely going to have to pit with some fuel. So.
Oh, but when we look at the other one, he's
35 liters.
They're battling for position, but not
Red is in.
Really battling for position here.
Red is in.
Oh, Red is coming on into the pit. Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Red is going to come on. Oh, he had to work himself all the way down to 8 liters of fuel.
Very good pit stop then.
So yeah, you were right on top there, Bowie. This is definitely about the time we should see these other drivers come in. Personally, I'm not that great at working out my pit stop strategy, so I try to have me something set up, and then I just try to eyeball when the other drivers are coming on into the pit and just kind of follow suit.
Yeah. For now, it looks like they're doing a great job. Marcus and Dr. Fiend still right behind each other, now battling for the top 5. Dr. Fiend now worked his way up into the P5, and Marcus now up into 6. In the meantime, Claymores and Mike are also now in pits.
And ID4 is still staying right there on top of Manic in the back of the field as well. I think this is where we're going to see our most action out of the battles right this second, though. Because, everyone watching, remember, the drivers have no idea how much fuel the other drivers have in their car. So this is definitely the time where pit stops start coming into some major play here. Ooh, Marcos is getting... Wow, it's going to be close, Bowie.
He's getting closer to Dr. Fiend, but he's also losing a little bit of time now into sector 3 and 2.
Okay.
As he goes in, Marcus goes in.
I was sitting there watching his fuel level, and he was down to 1.3 liters when he came in. I was really wondering if he was going to be real brave and try to stay out for one more lap or not, but I really don't think he had enough fuel to do it. That could have been pretty bad, but
like last week where he rolled into the pit box with 0.0 and retired.
Yeah.
Which you hope we don't see this time again, but you never know, of course. But we hope not.
Yeah, well, I mean, coming in, making it to the pit, and only having the 1 liter of fuel that he had is very impressive calculations as it is.
Oh yeah, definitely.
You can tell he does not want to take an extra drop of fuel if he doesn't need it.
And the less fuel you have on board, the less weight you have to bear with you. So I kind of get the point of having less fuel, but I'm also the kind of guy that I'd rather finish my race with like 10 liters extra fuel than with like 0.1 possibly finish the race.
I agree, Bowie. I think there is that line, and let's face it, a few liters of fuel, it's kind of like worrying about if you went to the bathroom before you got in your race car. that's gonna be close to about the weight you're looking at. So yeah, I've never thought a few, you know, an extra lap in there, you're never gonna notice. And looks like ID4 and Manic UK still our closest battle at the moment. ID4 just is not gonna let him go. How is Manic on fuel? Oh, okay. So yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah. So no, ID4 just needs to
3 laps maybe, but ID4 can stretch it all the way until lap 25, I think.
He could, yeah. He might could. If he stretched it on out, he might could stretch it on out to take advantage of the soft tires like you were talking about.
Manic's in.
Oh yeah, yeah. So ID4 is definitely going to try to stretch out his fuel. So he may, ID4 could be on the 2 pit stop strategy. I'm gonna take the camera off of him for just a second, Bowie, because we're pretty sure that this one right here, Champs, is on the single pit strategy.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Okay, so we can see how much fuel he's got. He's still set on fuel. He has no issues whatsoever. So I think so. I think ID4 could end up is going for just the single pit.
Yeah, I don't know. It's a very cheeky early first pit stop, so I don't know.
I mean, it's gonna be close. He'd have to do a little bit of fuel management, I think, but
yeah. And the fact that it's 56 laps, so you want your pit stop to be around lap 28 if you want to do a one stop. You want to do it as late as possible. 28 is the middle. You can stretch it longer. It's better for your tires. They have a little bit of fresh tires towards the end. If you do it a little bit earlier, it's also fine. But you have a little bit more dead tires towards the end. So I don't know.
Yeah, it's going to be really close, I think. But I have to say, the drivers that are going for the 1 pit stop strategy, how they're going to manage to keep tires on their car is beyond me.
Oh, yeah.
It seems it's going to be really tough with these hot weather conditions.
Now, in the meantime, I do see 2 red names on the screen, Flip and Marcus. Means they both have a penalty. I don't see how. And Flip got his some laps ago. I think it's track limit then, isn't it?
I think it must be. I think if I remember right, when we did it in the GT3, there was just 1 or 2 turns that the race director was absolutely brutal on. It was, I'll let you go wide here, I'll let you take a little bit off here. Oh, right there, no, you looked the wrong direction, I'm going to give you a penalty for that.
Yeah.
As we've got, we have red closing in on Hodgker.
Oh. Well, this is going to be fun.
Of course, yeah, we've already saw red come in for a pit, didn't we? Yeah, because he's got quite a lot of fuel, actually. And how's Hodgker sitting? I mean, Hodgker has a lot to lose if he loses this position to red, but all at the same time, sooner or later, Hodgker's gonna have to take a pit stop. It almost looks like Hodgker. I could be mistaken there, Bowie, but I believe that looked like Hodgker knew exactly what was going on. It looked like Hodgker knew that Red had already took a pit stop, and there just wasn't a whole lot of sense in him really trying to battle it out with him too hard.
I mean, it is quite a smart thing to do in the end. I mean, you're battling a guy on fresh tires with your own pretty much worn tires. So you're gonna cost the new guy a lot of time as well, but it's also just gonna eat up your own tires. So I always never see a good thing of battling someone who just had a pit stop over you.
No, it's almost pointless. Yeah. Well, of course, like we just saw, Red has 54 liters of fuel, Hodgkin's down to 16, so eventually Red was gonna go by him anyway to pit stop. So yeah, I agree. Hodgkin could probably do a whole lot better off by just, like you did, let Red by, try to keep up with him, stay in his slipstream, save on some fuel and tire wear, and see if you can get Red to pull you around the track.
Look like Red is already pulling in some gaps. Red's already 3.5 seconds in front of Hiker right now, so definitely does show that the tires are just so much better when you pit it. It's insane.
Well, Bowie, I guess since it looks like everyone is a little bit spread out, and we haven't really paid our leader much attention. So I figured I'd go up here to Faster and pay him a little attention, and of course as I did, he's trying to get by, I believe he's trying to get by Mike HLB. Yeah, he's trying to get by his back marker there.
Yeah. Faster now only 1.5 seconds in front of Elochamps, so this is very close. Oh, Elochamps spins it!
Oh no! I was just fixing to say, when did Elochamps get so close to him again? The last time I had looked up there was about a 5 or a 6 second lead between those two.
Fastest last lap time was a 1:43. There was an 8-second difference from his normal lap times, so he must have had a mistake somewhere, because that just does not look right.
Yeah, but that one mistake where he just made right there, though, definitely cost him a good bit. I'm kind of scared to look to see if it picked up any damage, but I really want to. No, his car looks in good shape, Bowie. So maybe he
seems like he didn't really, he brushed the wall a little bit. He didn't really have a big on hit. It was more of a sideways hit, so I think he's fine for now.
I'm pretty sure he'll catch right back up to him. Shouldn't take him too much longer, but the gap between Elochamps and Flip though. 26 second gap between second and third. Elochamps and Flip at the moment.
Very good lap times in the 35.6. It's a very fast lap time. In the meantime, Red's putting in a 34.1, so he definitely shows that he has the pace once again.
Yeah, right now I think we kind of like Darren Johnson in the chat just pointed out a minute ago, we're kind of playing the waiting game a little bit, waiting for more drivers to come in, make their pit stops, and see how that works, and actually start closing some of these gaps back up.
Yeah.
What is
After everyone has done the pit stops, you might know what the timings will be like, but keep in mind, there's a few guys that are doing 2 stops and a few guys are doing 1 stop, so you never really know what it's like up until pretty much lap 45 or something, lap 40. That's when you guys really know what the differences will be. Yeah. That's when everybody has done their full pit strategies. Everybody is on the differences, the gaps that they should be.
Yeah, like right now, Red has caught up to Dr. Fiend, and while they are technically in battle, their pit strategies have them separated.
Yep.
But, of course, since the drivers don't know it most of the time, then unless they've been keeping up with it really good, which I don't know, Bowie. I've tried to keep up with it, but I can't do it. I can keep up with about half of the field when half of the field hits when I'm racing. But anything past that, I'm kind of in the dark, and I just guess.
The Fiend right now also just right in front of Red, but he knows that he has the older tires. He's not really putting up a fight against Red. Red just goes alongside and gets a very clean move on the inside of turn 1. Back on track again, really pushing it once again. Now he's up for a 25-second gap towards Flip Flip, so this is going to be interesting to see what these guys' pit strategies will be like.
Looking like. Okay, so Flip Flip is definitely going to have to come in before too much longer. Alachamps is coming on in now. And, yep, Faster also coming on in.
This is going to be interesting.
So, yeah, I think, Bowie, whoever is taking tires and who isn't taking tires is going to have a huge impact on how fast they get back out of this pit lane, isn't it?
Mm-hmm. It looks very interesting right now because Flip Flip has just gone past. Which means Flip Flip is probably going to do a 2-stop.
Well, he's down to 3.4 liters, so he's going to have to stop here. I think after this lap, this could be the last lap that he has in his fuel tank. Looks like we could end up with Red in the provisional lead for a moment, but this fuel level, Bowie, I think he's going to be really pushed to try to make it to the end. Surely he's on a 2 pit stop strategy.
There's quite a battle going on in the meantime. I mean, like I said, Red is just on a good lap right now, and that he has to pit once again. Faster and Alachamps don't, so I don't know. Alachamps is only 8 seconds behind Faster right now, so if Faster indeed has the pace like he had before, then this is going to be very interesting. We saw that Faster and Alachamps were right on pace with each other for a long time. So it's going to be very interesting to see what these guys are up to.
Yeah, and of course, considering we have just made it to the halfway mark on the race, there is so much that could happen. Still. For me, this is usually about the time that the fatigue starts really kind of kicking in for me, Bowie. It usually isn't till about the last, I guess about the last quarter of the race. The first quarter, I'm kind of in it good. The second quarter, I'm kind of starting to go downhill a little bit, losing focus, and then, yeah, at halfway, it's all focus is just about gone, and then somehow or another, I can usually manage to get some kind of second wind for the last quarter of the race, but for me, this is definitely the hardest part of the race. A lot of the drivers are kind of out here on their own, and it's really kind of easy to just get sucked into the road.
There haven't been any battles yet, but we did see Flip Flip having his pits. That means Flip Flip is now onto 5th. He had his pit stop, but Red and Dr. Fiend will still have to pit once again. And as far as I'm concerned, their pit stops are going to take longer than 36 seconds.
I agree. This track definitely does not have one of the shortest pit lanes by any means. It's not ridiculous long like Indianapolis or anything like that. It's not a 5-mile pit lane, but it definitely is not a short pit lane.
is our chef now. Just behind Flip Flip. This is going to be interesting. Flip Flip on this one-stop strategy already had it done. These our chefs on a two-stop strategy, I believe. Dr. Fiend now also in the pit stop. Dr. Fiend's probably going to go for a one-stop as well. Very late for pit stop for Dr. Fiend, which means he might have a little bit fresher rubber towards the end of the race. While the others don't. He might be able to catch the guys in front a little bit better than the rest do. You don't know until it's the end of the race, of course.
Oh no, yeah, I think we still have a few drivers that, well, no, we do still have several drivers that still aren't even close to making their second pit stop, like you pointed out. Yeah, I think Chef is definitely going to be on a two pit stop strategy, looking at the fuel he's carrying.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, there's still 25 laps left. He's got 45 liters. And I'd have to do the rough math real quick, but it doesn't seem, not even without doing the math, I'm pretty sure there is not enough fuel there to make it.
My calculation is not very good either, so I don't know. But I do think that Red is on a two-stop, and Chef as well. So.
Well, and we know Flip Flip went for a two pit stop strategy, and he just took on 84 liters. Oh yeah, that's right. Yeah, the one stop. Sorry.
He definitely has a lot of fuel. So I'm saying Flip is going to go for the one stop, Chef's going to go for the two stop, and Red is also. And if that's true, Marcus might even have a chance of getting into the top 5, maybe even the top 4. It would be a great result for the Dutchman.
Yeah, because it looks like, Faster, I think it's safe to say, Faster is going to stay out for the duration of the race. Alechamps as well. We know Flip Flip is going to stay out. And, yeah, then like you said, Chef is definitely going to have to pit, so... Yeah, I think we're going to end up seeing Chef and Marcos slugging it out right here at the end of the race. And how was Dr. Fiend? Dr. Fiend looks like he could stay out for the duration, Bowie.
Yeah, I think he has enough fuel left as well, so interesting to see what these guys are going to be doing. I think Dr. Fiend as well is going to be the one stop. So if that is true, it'll be interesting to see what the other guys are doing. I mean, Flip Flip's going to do the one stop, of course. Faster is doing the one stop. Alechamps is doing the one stop. I just think Red isn't. Red is not on the one stop. He's doing a two stop. And up until Flip Flip, it's 40 seconds. And I think if Red does his pit stop, he's going to drop behind Flip Flip. Maybe even behind Marcus.
Yeah, it's definitely going to be interesting to see how this plays out towards the end of the race. And Kev, how you doing, man? It's good to see you in the chat. I'm pretty good. And I won't speak for Bowie.
Yeah.
I don't know. I thought it would have been better than that. He was talking about some French fries earlier. I figured that had him in a pretty good mood.
And the thing is, though, I'm not a very good cook, so I had to do it myself, and I kind of screwed them up. It's still food, so you know.
Home fries can go. They can go either way. They can either turn out and be some of the best fries you ever ate, or it's
the worst fry.
You're looking at it and thinking, how did I do that?
Well, for some reason, I don't know how, but we have these types of bread in the Netherlands. They're called saucijsbroodjes. They're pretty much just bread with a little bit of meat in the middle of it. And you can put in the oven for like 20 minutes or something on like 200 degrees Celsius hot air in the oven. And all you have to do is just put it in there, a little bit of water on it so it doesn't dry out the entire time. 20 minutes in there and it should be fine. For some reason, when I do that, they come out completely black, hard as stone, and uneatable. You can just literally just throw it inside a shop and steal some stuff. That's how good this is.
Oh, that's hilarious. No, I agree, Duke. We may have to start filming Bowie cooking.
And you have your wood chopping, I have my cooking. And I think mine's gonna have more views because my house is gonna fire.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yours, it sounds like yours is going to end up much more disastrous. All right, but if we start doing it, though, here's the catch. Somebody's going to have to eat what's cooked.
Well,
I
can
think
either be my mom or myself, and I don't think I'm gonna be able to do it. So.
Well, Duke Martin came up with the idea. Just saying, you know. And you never know. By the time we ship it to Australia, maybe some of those really hard pieces of bread, maybe they will have decomposed enough to be soft and edible.
Well, they'll for sure be decomposed enough, but I'm not sure if they're still edible.
Alright, we got Darren Johnson is saying ESR is using about 3 liters per lap.
So he has about 11 laps to go.
Yeah, so
He is
good.
not done.
Where is that going to make him pit? He'll have to pit within about 10 laps of the end of the race. Ooh, that's going to be...
About around lap 36 is where I'd say the other guys for pit stop 2 will come. So I think he has about 1, 2, maybe 3 laps to go until he does his final stop. And then we're going to be able to see where he might finish. Oh, a little bit wide there into turn 1.
It's going to be interesting to see how the pit strategies work out. Well, Bowie, I guess since everyone is a little bit spread out here, I'll go up here to Red real quick and just give everybody a quick rundown of where everybody's sitting at the moment. Yeah, we've got Red sitting in first currently, followed by Faster in second. Alachamps is third. Flip Flip is fourth. ESR Chef is fifth. Marco sixth. Dr. Fiend is seventh. K-Morse is eighth. Looks like K-Morse is also going to be on a 2 pit stop strategy there. Hodgker is ninth. 10th is Manic UK. 11th is ID4. 12th is Snaker. And 13th is Mike HLB. And Bowie, I was also looking at everyone's fuel level, or trying to as I went down through there. We've got a good bit of mix here.
Yeah.
It's looking at it almost looked like about 3/4 of the field are gonna be out for the rest of the race, whereas anywhere from 1/4 to 1/3 of the drivers may still have to to it. Oh no!
Oh, that's a huge offer, Mike.
We'll call that a commentator's curse right there.
Yeah.
Oh man. Yeah. Oh yeah. No. That was. And he was already carrying a little bit of damage to the front of his car. That was pretty devastating. It looked like he just got a little bit too much of that curb, and it just sent him right around. But yeah, it looks like we've got anywhere from 1/3 to 1/4 of the field that are going to be on the 2 pit stop strategies.
There's quite some guys on the 2-stop strategy. K-Mar's also just flashing his lights, just letting the guy behind him know that he has seen him, trying to let him past. Very good. I gotta say, I've driven with K-Mars a few times in another community. He definitely has the pace in a few cars. Really good to see that he's also in this field now. Really shows that he does have the pace in pretty much every car that he drives.
Yeah, from all the series that I've had the pleasure of covering with GAVRA Racing and covered K-Morse, he's been really fast, regardless of what he's been in.
Oh, definitely. K-Morse does seem to have a little bit of damage on the side of his car. At least that's what it looks for me, but it seems to be fine for him now. Meantime, Mike is back in the pit lane after the huge crash he had just less than a lap ago. You can see that he's still continuing on. Like you said, it's very interesting. Like you said, the fatigue is kicking in now. You're gonna make a few small mistakes, and usually a few small mistakes are fine, but in some parts of this track you don't want to make any mistakes, because something like Mike did will happen to your car.
Yeah, a lot of the track has plenty of runoff to help you stop from hitting the walls, but Mike just very unluckily hit that curb in one of the few spots where you're very close to the wall. Yeah, that was a lot of damage he took right there. Valley, I'm trying to look through the field to see who may be trying to close in on someone, but I think we are definitely in a little bit of a lull here between all the pit stop strategies waiting to finally kick in.
I still don't know what these pit stops will be like, so it's going to be very interesting to see how these guys are going to be faring up. I mean, we can say about this guy going on the podium or this guy on the podium, but like we saw with Mike, one small mistake and it could change again. Even with the pit stops that still need to happen, you don't really know who's going to be on top of who.
No, we really don't. It's going to be really close. We've got Chef within 4 seconds of flip, but now that one's... We know Chef does have to pit, we just don't know where he's going to come out on the field. We definitely are going to end up with Marcos, I think. Marcos seems to be slowly closing the gap to ESR Chef, which he'll get that position as soon as Chef goes into the pit, but that should leave him, you know, reasonably not too far behind Flip. Whether he can reel him in and get himself in a position to be able to challenge him is a whole nother story, but Marcos definitely has really good pace, so I'm not going to cross him out for that, Valley. I think he could catch up with Flip.
I think Marcos is definitely going to have a shot at least the top 5. That's one thing I can say. But I don't think he's going to be able to catch up with Flip. I think Flip is just a little bit too fast for Marcos to catch.
It's definitely going to be tough. And, yeah, Dr. Fiend is still... Marcos has got himself a nice little gap from Dr. Fiend. So yeah, we really are just literally waiting on a few of the drivers to come in for their last pit stops before any great predictions can be made here. Oh, and there is Chef coming on into the pit.
And yeah, the first of the few guys. Yeah.
Not quite enough fuel to finish the race. I think he needed at least, I don't know, maybe 10 liters would have done it.
I mean, if what Johnson said was true, 3 liters per lap, there's still about 16 laps to go. So you needed at least about 40 to 50 liters to finish. So it's very interesting to see what's going to happen.
It's not labeled as the F1 game, Kev. It's part of YouTube's thing. When a broadcast goes live, when it first goes live, it can't have a thumbnail because a thumbnail only exists for a video that's already up.
Yep.
So when you first go live, YouTube usually tends to just default to whatever the last kind of video was. It's a problem on YouTube, unfortunately. Like as soon as we click stop streaming, as soon as we're done with this, it'll automatically roll over to the appropriate thumbnail. It just does does that.
K-Morse is also coming. He's dropped down to 11th right now after his final pit stop. Going back on track again is see on the horizon behind Marcus now. And since we're coming into the final pretty much 15 laps of this race, we're gonna have to start asking ourselves who gets to be driver of the day.
Oh yeah, we will start having to look at that one very soon, won't we? Ooh. And I have to admit, I really have not paid much. Well, I've paid attention to the drivers, but not in that aspect. Wow. I mean, I'm kind of feeling faster, though I hate nominating. Everybody at this point, I think, knows how much I hate nominating anyone on in the top 3 for driver of the day. But Pastor is really, he's put it out there on this race. I have to give it to him on that.
He may have had maybe 1 or 2 mistakes, but he definitely dominated the race for pretty much just up until now. So for me, there's nobody less than faster at this point. He pretty much left 1 on. He led the race, so he definitely gets a big shot for me.
I mean, Alichamps is trying to catch him. The time's going down back and forth between 7 and 8 seconds, but it's going to be tight. Marcos deciding. Oh, no, Marcos is, he's down all the way back down to 1.9 liters of fuel coming through the pit. Marcos does an amazing job at figuring his fuel.
Yeah. There's one thing I know from the HLB guys. There's a few HLBs here in this lobby, in the championships. But they're all working together as a team trying to figure out what setups work best for each other. So, in the meantime here right now, with Red and Flip, they've done their pit stops now. Flip and Red have done their pit stops. So this is going to be very interesting to see who is going to be on top. Because Red has definitely shown his pace. He's pretty much 2 seconds faster in the last lap than Flip was. Definitely going to have a chance right now coming into the chicane. Flip's going to do everything he can to try and defend. Red now onto the inside for the chicane, trying to get alongside. Gets the move done. Red now up into the podium spots once again. Gotta say, Red also having a very good race this time around. Flip now dropped down back into 4th.
Yeah, didn't we predict early on in the race that this could be one of the battles that we saw literally just prolong itself through the entire race?
Well, it is true because we're now into the final 50 laps and they're still battling. To be fair, looking at the lap times, I'm very certain Red is going to drive off now. Red certainly has shown his pace this time around once again.
Well, Red started this series a little late, and he's worked himself up through the championship really fast. He's been quickly gaining points and making his way to the top. So I'm kind of not surprised by his pace. But all at the same time, Flip is incredibly fast, so to get in front of him the way he just did was really good.
Flip did his best to keep Red behind. And the fact that Flip also has a penalty, which we still don't know what penalty he has. I think he was fairly certain that seeing Red right behind him, he knew that his chances of getting a podium were over.
Well, and of course, Flip can see exactly how big his penalty is, so yeah, that's a good point, Bowie. He could definitely be taking in his penalty into consideration and just deciding it's not worth trying to battle it out.
And he has a gap of like 4 or 20 seconds behind him, so the chances that he has a penalty of 20 seconds, I don't really see happening, but sure. Meantime, Red putting in a very fast lap time this time around. Red with a 1:40:34.0. That is really fast. That's just qualifying lap times. Still needs to somehow manage to get at least 30 seconds to get back up to Elo Champs, which I, to be honest, don't see happening in 13 laps time, but still looking very, very fast.
You know, this grid right here has yet to disappoint us in any of the races. We've seen great battles throughout this whole season so far with all the drivers. I think I'm pretty sure they're getting a little bit more fierce as the season is going on too, Bowie.
Yeah, I think they're getting more and more used to these cars the longer this championship goes on. So I really expect nothing less but some great battles coming into the final half of the season.
You know, I thought we were going to see ESR Chef and Dr. Fiend battle it out right here at the end because they were fighting each other so hard in the beginning of this race, but Dr. Fiend has managed to get himself a 21-second gap to ESR Chef at the moment. Looks like Hodgker, if Hodgker pushes a little bit harder, he may could catch up with Chef.
Hiker's last lap time around was a 37.0. Our Chef's last lap time around was a 37.2. Hiker is showing that he's a little bit faster than Chef right now. Like I said, it's only 2 seconds now, so it's going to be very interesting. We might want to switch over to ESR Chef and Hiker because the gap is just closing in very rapidly.
Oh yeah, he just closed. Wow, Hodgker closed that thing up really quick, didn't he?
I think Chef just had a small mistake, and that was very good from Hiker as he just bounces over those huge sausage curves trying to get the most he can out of the track. But yeah, like we said, it's less than a tenth now. It's only 7 tenths between Hiker and Chef now coming into the final 13 laps of this race. It's going to be very interesting to see what these guys are going to be doing in the final laps.
We have Flip Flip's now caught back up to Red. I think you made the right call on Red and Flip though. I think I agree with you 100% on what Flip is doing with this potential penalties. Oh,
Hiker went a little bit loose coming into turn 1. Red also went a little bit loose coming into turn 2, and Hiker got past.
Very nice. Yeah,
very nice move indeed.
Yeah, a little change up between the drivers there.
But now Marcus is also not so far behind, so this is going to be very interesting to see. 3 guys battling it out right now for P6 in this race around Imola. Hiker in P6 right now, Chef in P7, and Marcus in 8th, all within 3 seconds of each other.
And we only have 12 laps left too, so they're going to have to start pushing pretty hard, but like we talked about earlier though, this should be the time where the drivers are able to start refocusing and getting their second wind, and you should see the lap time start coming back down again. And because I haven't done a shameless advertisement yet, everyone, when the race is over, make sure you go to the website GAVRARacing.ultravista.org. Lots of information on there, driver stats, track stats, upcoming events. Bowie, the F1 is growing so fast I can't even start to tell the viewers what all has just got added with that.
Same here, yeah.
The F1, man, they have that thing is growing incredibly fast. So if you're an F1 driver, definitely go to the website and sign up for that. And there's the new Dirt Rally Championship that just kicked off, which is it's not only going to be a lot of fun, it is a lot of fun. So y'all sign up for that as well, and along with Project Cars things going on. New academies are just starting up and sign-ups opening There's a link for the Discord and a link for the Patreon site if you wish to help support us. Because after all, we are community driven.
Can we in the meantime switch over to the battle within either Chef and Marcus? Because I think they're going at it right now. Yeah, they are.
Oh yeah, they really are.
Switch around a few times in the meantime. Didn't want to interrupt you there because of the great advertisement you do in the meantime. So
we know I can't look at a screen and talk at the same time, so it's okay. Yeah, wow, these two really are. They are slugging it out big time, Bowie.
Oh yeah. I mean, Marcus did get past Either Chef. Either Chef was in 6th just a few laps ago. The Dutchman now got past the Italian once again, so this is looking very interesting into the final 10 laps of this race.
Yeah, ESR Chef is not going to let Marcos go very easily. He's going to try to stay up with him. Get himself in the position to make a move, but it's going to be really close. It looks like the top of our, unless something just absolutely devastating happens, Bowie, I think the top of the grid is fairly locked in at this point. As Darren Johnson just pointed out in the chat that we've got Flip sitting in 3rd. So yeah,
I was about to say that as well. Just noticed that Flip was crawling back up to 3rd again, so Red did make a mistake once again.
Wow, he's got himself, a 7-second gap there, but I still think Red has the pace to catch right back up with Flip, and we could still see a last-minute battle out of those two drivers.
I mean, Flip still has that penalty. I mean, we don't know how big that penalty is. If it's a 1-second penalty, he might be able to pull it off towards the end. And if it's a 30-second penalty or something, he's going to be pushing it pretty much every single lap from now on to try and stay in front. Only 6 seconds now between him and Red, so this is going to be very interesting to watch.
Well, didn't most of our leaders go for the single pit stop strategy as well?
Yes, that is true.
So their tires should be
the only one in the top 4, I believe, going for the two-stop.
So the guys, so faster, Alichamps and Flip, their tires should be pretty shot. I should think at this point in time. 9 laps left. Surely their tires are getting close to their last leg.
The tires must be going really bad at it right now. I mean, less than 8 laps right now remaining in this race. Flip's still looking on to contend for the podium, but like we said, it's only 6 seconds now between these two drivers, so it'll be very interesting to see what we're going to be doing.
Yeah, I mean, it's going to be a really big challenge for them to catch up with each other, but I mean, this is the elite class of GAVRA Racing, so there's not a driver on the field right now that we can say, hey, he can't make that gap up. Yeah, it's definitely going to be really close.
Red is pulling in some very fast lap times. I mean, 34.9 against a 35.9. Oh, as he really goes wide, so bad call for me to say that right now. Oh, as he spins it around into the barrier. There he goes.
Oh, yeah, that was terrible. Oh, that was a really big, that was a big hit on Red right there. Hopefully he can get it back out on track, and he should still have enough of a cushion to stay in front of Dr. Fiend, though. Still got a 30-second gap. Where's Red's car? Bowie, he took a lot of front end damage there.
He has a lot of damage. He's going quite slow as well, so. Interesting to see if he comes in right now or if he's going to stay out for 8 laps. I think he's going to come in, to be honest. No, he's not.
No, he's gonna try to stay with it. Man. I have to give it to him there. That's I mean, that's really pushing. I think I mean, I know my vote was
19
dedicated
seconds
kind
gap
of to
to win
faster,
Dr.
but
Fiend, so
I'm gonna move my vote to Red. I think on that one. That move right here at the end of the race, damage. He's holding fourth. He's holding that gap really good to Dr. Fiend, Bowie, as well. I mean, he's
I'm gonna
managed
say
it.
that Dr. Fiend is having a great race as well. So
Yeah. Well, Dr. Fiend had closed the gap down to 30 seconds to Red at the time of Red's crash. But Red is now, since he's got it back out on track, he's managed to get it back up to 42-second gap again. So once he got his car back out on track and got it moving, he's managed to, you know, keep the gap anyway.
I think he's doing a very good job. I mean, very good lap times. He's not putting in the fastest lap times, and he's definitely putting in the slowest lap times. He's been very consistent the entire race on, holding up to P5. So if we're gonna have to put a driver of the day outside of the podium finishers, I'm definitely put it on Dr.
Yeah, and he runs very good, consistent races too.
As he trips a little bit of the grass as we speak of it, but yeah, Dr. Fiend always has some very good races. Well, he's pretty consistent. Like I said, he's not really one of the fast guys, but he's also not one of the slow guys. He's a very good midfield contender, always consistent.
Yeah, I think Bowie had some mic trouble again there. I heard him about halfway through what he was saying, and we lost him for a second. Let's see where everyone is sitting. Alright, so we've got 6 laps left, with Faster still in the lead. Alachamp's right behind him in second. Flip is in third. He does have a penalty, like we talked about earlier, but me and Bowie both agree that it should definitely not be enough to affect his position for the final standings. Dr. Fiend in fourth now. Oh, Dr. Fiend, yeah, all of a sudden, really great job putting himself up there into fourth place. Hodgker's holding on to fifth. Marcos in 6th. Chef is 7th. ID4 8th. K-Morse 9th. Oh yeah, Red, something else must have happened to Red. We've got Red all the way down into 10th. His damage is, oh yeah, his lap times I can see now. He does have a lot of damage to his front. Yeah, y'all are, Duke and Darren Johnson, y'all are 100% right, yeah. Red's carrying a lot of damage at the moment. It's really hurting his lap times, but you know, the fact that he's staying out there to get this race done this close to the end, yeah, that's tough enough for me. That says it all. And Manic UK is holding on to 11th, and Snaker is in 12th. It looks like we did lose another driver somewhere along the lines, but now we have K-Morse closing up to ID4. Maybe we'll get to see a battle out of these two here in just a minute.
don't know what happened, but for me, you just zoned out. I couldn't hear it all anymore, so I just started talking to myself.
And see, I lost you on this end.
I thought I'd just look on Discord, and I could see you having like green lines around you, so it showed you talking, and I didn't see any green lines around my name. What's going on here? So I looked on settings. Settings were still fine on Discord, so I reset everything, and now it's fine again. So I don't know what's going on, but it worked.
Well, it seems the internet all over the world is revolting just a little bit from, you know, I imagine the internet probably feels a little bit like these drivers' tires do at the moment. Just slightly overworked, it pushed a little too hard. Really want to take a day off, but
They can't.
they can't. No. It's tires and the internet. They don't need time off. They just need to keep working.
The drivers are stuck at home, but the cars are not.
Exactly.
I was saying, like, Red was doing a pretty good job. I mean, he's right behind ID4 K-Morse to go back into P8, but...
Oh, no,
K-Morse goes right
K-Morse.
into the barrier now.
Oh, man.
And that's ID4 pass, and now Red pass as well.
I believe that could have been about the same area we saw when we saw Red get his damage.
Oh, this was where somebody else was running around. Red had it after this right-hander coming up. Yeah. Red was coming up the hill right here, the right-hander and the left-hander, and this is where Red spun out.
Oh, yeah. Oh, man. Oh, yeah, K-Morse is carrying a lot of damage on his front end right now, too.
You can just see him going side to side. Only 4 laps left in this race now, so... This is going to be interesting to see if he's going to be able to carry it on towards the end, or does he have to pit.
Red's been managing to stick it out there. It's been really hurting his lap times a lot, but...
Oh, Red pitted.
Oh, did he end up going in and pitting?
Yeah.
He must not have had much of a choice then. It looked like he was carrying a lot of damage.
Just before he went into the pits, I lost connection, so that's what I started talking about. Like, Red is in, and he just got behind K-Morse and ID4. That's what I was on about. I mean, right now, the difference between ID4 and Red is now only like, what is it, 1.2 seconds, 1.3 seconds? So, yeah, there we go. The yellow car is ID4 and Red is there. So, it's going to be very interesting.
Yeah, he could still end up making up at least one more position right here at the end of the race. But I think that's just going to make K-Morse try to... Oh, I was going to say it was going to make ID4 try to push even harder, but... Apparently it did.
Always when you start talking about that stuff, somebody crashes.
Yeah, I know. But at the same time, I can't not talk about the action on track.
Well, you can. Well, pretty much going to be like my broadcast right now, just no commentary.
Just no commentary? Yeah.
It's a lot less enjoyable then, but at least they don't have to hear us talking right now, so, you know.
I don't know. I think they can suffer through us. We're not that bad.
Of course, there's a mute button. So
True.
If they don't like it, they can always mute us.
So. Faster though, still with that 6-7 second lead over Allo Champs is pretty incredible. And that gap between Allo Champs and Flip Flip though that's what's really blowing me away.
Yeah. Now that I think of it, about that mute button, I think there's only one way where we can figure out if these guys in stream have muted us or not.
Oh no, don't go saying anything that's gonna lose us our NASCAR sponsorship, man.
When did we get sponsored by NASCAR?
I don't know, but it's happening. Everybody's losing sponsorships for all kind of stuff.
Huh. I was just gonna say, like, if they can hear us, they need to subscribe and like. It's the only way we know if they see the stream.
Oh, yeah, true. Hey, there you go. That's something that I did not get put into my shameless advertisement.
If you can hear us just talk about annoying shit the entire time and not giving a single shit about what the chat says, do leave a like and subscribe. I mean, we're halfway into the season, so you still have half the season to watch us commentate over this long race of pretty much the best drivers in the current GAVRA grid.
Yes, and we still do have, my mark is still to try for us to reach 1,000 subscribers by the end of the season, and we've been doing pretty good. We've picked up about 100 and 150 so far, and I think we've got about another 100, 150 still to go, so I think we can still reach that goal. So yeah, y'all definitely do what Bowie just said and just smash the crap out of that like and subscribe button. And if you don't like us, you're welcome to smash the not like button if you want.
No.
We'd rather you hit the other one, but oh no, who was that coming around? But well, we've got Faster coming across the line for his win though, and he knows it. He is giving us the lights. Faster is
great win.
He's got to be very happy with his win.
Great win by Faster.
Alachamp's across the line. Flip still has not come around. We'll see if Faster's giving us. No, he's going to take a nice, easy
cool down lap.
Yeah. All right. So I just wanted to check and make sure he wasn't giving us a cross the line show real quick.
Alachamp's also a very good second position once again. Flip, great race, crawling his way back into third. Great stuff from him. Dr. Fiend still going to give him the driver of the day nonetheless. Fourth position, very well done, very well deserved.
I agree with you that.
Fifth is just insane.
Marco's had a good race too. Yep, looks like we've got several of the drivers starting to give us a little bit of some show here, having a little fun. It's always good. It's always nice to be able to relax and play when the race is over.
Oh yeah, definitely. And as you look at the left of the screen now, it also looks like we lost another driver. It looks like Mike has gone into the pits and has retired his car. Oh, and Chef just goes around. Pretty much like he did a few laps ago, he does it again on the finish line.
Yeah, I think he just decided he was coming across the line. He was going to have him a little bit of fun.
Yeah. Still got his way back into, I believe, 7th position, which is really good.
Yeah.
So here we have it, the final grid. Faster, great win on Imola right now. Alachamp's in second. Flip with a well-deserved 3rd position on the podium. Dr. Fiend and Hiker, really well driven in 4th and 5th. Marcus, the Flying Dutchman from tonight, is 6th. He's our Chef, crawling his way back into 7th after that big shun he had into the final few laps. Red 15, also back into 8th, very well deserved. Gamer's in 9th, also quite good race for him. ID4 in 10th. And I scroll down to see the rest because I don't see it. My controller is dead. Hang on, bear with me. Hang on. Small technical difficulties. Medic in 11th, Snaker in 12th, and Mike has retired into the pits in 13th, and Egglater in 14th.
Yeah. Well, yeah, Bowie, that was definitely one hell of a race, I have to say. Oh, and there we go. We have we can see our penalties. Yeah. Looks like Marco's had a 1 second, Snaker a 3, Mike only 1. Flip was the one I was really curious about. It really was not that bad. Only 2 seconds.
Yeah.
That was not a bad penalty at all. Just the way we saw him and Blue. Who was it? Was it him and Red fighting out earlier? I was really thinking Flip may have had a bigger penalty than he did. But I guess not. But
well then,
that was a fantastic race.
That was a very interesting race. Not many battles going on, but seeing the small battles here and there, and especially on this track, the pit strategy is just working its way. It was a very interesting race to see.
Yeah, and until the pit strategies really started kicking in, the field was literally right on top of each other for the first 2/3 of the race. There was hardly any gap between any of the drivers. They were literally, everybody was within 1 second of each other, so that was absolutely fantastic. Yeah. Yeah. And of course y'all can see the little makeshift podium. Faster with first, Alachamp second, Flip in third, and of course we all decided that Dr. Fiend, most definitely deserved that driver of the day. That
Very
was
consistent drive.
yeah, it was a really good race from him. Faster though, just I have to admit, I really saw Alochamps coming away with a massive lead instead of faster. That was my predictions before the race started. So things definitely did not unfold the way I thought they would.
I also gotta say that Faster did a hell of a job of keeping the pace. I mean, he led every single person except Flip and Alchams.
Oh, he really did, didn't he? Wow. I didn't even
This
pay
is
attention to
insane.
that part.
That's a very well done. Very well done.
Yeah. And whenever y'all get done watching this race, go back to the GAVRA YouTube channel. There is also, I believe, the freshman F1 class started today, I think. And we know, of course, there's the GT3 race tomorrow, but I believe there may have been the freshman and the academy was yesterday, and I believe the freshman race is today for the F1 races. Yes, I'm pretty sure that's right.
We just need to point out, like you said just before, trying to get that 1,000 subscribers mark. We're on 780 subs at the moment.
Oh yeah, yeah. See,
we're past 3/4 of getting to 1,000 subs.
So yeah, so we're getting really close. Everybody's been doing a pretty good job about hitting that subscribe button. And of course, if they don't hit the subscribe button, then how are they going to know when we're going live and putting on all these races for them to watch?
Yeah.
And of course, especially right now, there's no sporting events really going on, so definitely need to tune in and catch some racing.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Yeah. Well, Bally, if you can't tell, I'm kind of out of words.
Yeah, I don't really know what to say. I mean, we watched a great race, great finish, great drive from everybody. Driver of the day has been decided, so I think our job is John. Right now, our job is done.
So. Yeah, I mean, I have to admit, the drivers tried to keep up with all the drivers for the first half of the race as close as they were. That literally left me exhausted.
Yeah. The battles in the beginning were just insane.
Yeah, that was literally insane how close they were to each other. And so yeah, I guess I'll just say, if you like the racing you've seen, which I don't see how you can't like the racing you saw tonight, go to the website, sign up for some races, and you can find the link for the Discord and everything else, and along with all the information on there. GAVRA Racing is a fantastic group. The racing is pretty much always fantastic, and if something does happen, GAVRA has a team of stewards to look into it. So they do a great job at all of it. All the organization and everything. And yeah, I guess that's it for me, Bowie. I will leave it with you.
All right. Well, like you both said, always a massive shout out to the guys who are just
Well, everybody, if you couldn't tell, we had problems with Bowie's mic again. We are definitely having a few little issues with our Discord tonight. But we'll get all that worked out, and I believe next week is going to be break week for the Project Cars. But make sure you tune in all of next week because all the F1 races will be happening. And as we said earlier, there are a lot of F1 races going on. So y'all make sure y'all tune in and check those out. And thank you everyone so much for watching, and we'll see y'all later. Y'all have a good night. Oh, and there's Bowie just in time to tell y'all bye too.
Man, yeah, just stopped working again. Hang on.
Well, it just did start working again. Yeah.
Oh. Oh, well, in that case, since we haven't stopped yet, yeah, well, this has been it. Great race from Faster, like I was trying to say before my headset stopped again. I let Champs and Flip, great job on the podium. Massive shout out to the 3 guys who did their best to make every season happen the way they do, like Sig, Racy, and of course Gavra, the leader of it all. And for the rest, it's been a pretty interesting race. Battles all the time round. The last few crashes that happened really brought in some spectacles towards the end. And I guess we'll see everybody else into the next week. Different tracks, same drivers, and maybe a different winner. We'll see you all next week. Bye, everyone.